Someone sent me this article a week ago, and I thought it was hilarious. So I thought, you know what? I think I might be able to make a quick video out of it, get a couple of laughs in there, and maybe teach some young ladies, or maybe older ladies, a nice little lesson. So without further ado, let's get started. The title of the article is Childish Men Are to Blame for Women Having Kids Late in Life. You know, just from the title alone, it's going to be a bit of a doozy. I hear the same story told in different ways all over New York City. There's 34-year-old Kate, who works in finance downtown. She's beautiful, smart, talented, everything going for her colleagues tell me. But her boyfriend doesn't feel settled in his career. So she spent thousands of dollars to freeze her eggs, and she waits for him to be ready. Now, that's an interesting decision. She's 34 too, so, Alright, well. Susan, 41, is a single senior marketing executive from Upper East Side, is 8 months pregnant. After waiting for her match and not finding him, she decided to have a baby on her own. Well, hopefully she looks into the effects of raising a child without a father. She probably won't, but a man can hope. Then there's Joanna, from Upper West Side, who tells me at age 32 she stepped off of the partner track at her law firm, halving her salary to work in the firm's marketing department so she could focus on landing a husband. But at 39, Joanna is still single and childless, and unsatisfied in her career. So after, 7 years of searching, she's got nothing. Well, that's rough. That's demoralizing. These women aren't alone. The latest U.S. Census fertility report published last week found that for the first time in reported history, over half, 53.8%, of women ages 25 to 29 are childish, and a record 30.8% of American women ages 30 to 34 haven't given birth. Most of these women are college educated, and most are single. The census labels childless, educated women over the age of 35 the delayer boom, as if we gathered together in a collective conspiracy in defiance of motherhood. Feminism. Others dub this cohort career women, as if we made a choice between having a family and a career. There's no career men, mind you. Of course not, because men are selected by women based off of their career. It's some men even define their very worth by what they do. I mean, to be a man is indeed to have a career. Some blame women for being naive about their fertility, as if we had no monthly reminder of our own ticking clock. Well, I mean, considering the fact that you had that monthly reminder and you made it to 35 without ever doing anything about that, I can only imagine whose fault that would be. The trouble with all this finger pointing is that it leaves out half of the baby making equation. Men. Yeah, I know you guys are just waiting. I know you guys are waiting. How? How are they going to blame the fact that women aren't having children on men? How? Well, we're going to find out in just a second. Women want an equal partner, but there are increasingly fewer candidates to choose from. Ah, there it is. So because women can't get what they want, it's men's fault. That's interesting. I mean, I was wondering how she was going to do it. I was wondering how she was going to pull it off, but this is better than I imagined. The census reports that the average adult woman in the U.S. is more likely to be a college graduate than the average adult man. Moreover, today's young, childish female city dwellers with college degrees are out-earning their male counterparts by 8 cents on the dollar. Now, I'm just a wee bit confused there. For a couple of years now, weren't we all beaten over the head with the idea of the wage gap and how women only made 72 or 73 cents on the dollar of a man? Now we're learning that, as it turns out, there are actually women out-earning men? Interesting. But more than that, I mean, are these women really so shallow and arrogant that they're like, nah, I make 8 more cents than you, so step off. Scrub is the guy that can't get no love from me. I mean, I guess they must be considering these guys scrubs. I mean, if 8 cents is enough to make these women reconsider dating these guys, their higher incomes may be why they are less likely, 29%, to be living with their parents than single men, which is 35%. It's not surprising that in 2012, Pew Research study found in a reversal of traditional gender roles, that while 2/3 of millennial women say that being successful in a high-paying career or profession is of high importance to them, only 59% of young men do. Oh, that's interesting. At the same time, a significantly larger number of young women than men say that a successful marriage is one of the most important things in life. Almost 60% of the women rate successful parenting as one of the most important parts of life, while only 47% of young men do, according to Pew. So, men are not wanting to have children with women. I wonder how that's men's fault. It can't possibly have anything to do with the increasing lack of quality ladies to marry and date. No. Women obtaining responsibility for changing their behavior is sexism. I have learned this time and time again on this YouTube channel. Today's empowered young women are not only placing greater value on the importance of marriage and parenthood than the generation that precedes them, they also value high-paying careers more than ever. And millennial men, they're lagging behind. The shift has caused a seesaw effect. When women are in oversupply, men have the advantage and delay marriage and parenthood. John Berger, I think it's Berger, or Beger, author of Datonomics, How Dating Became a Lopsided Number Games, told the Post. And when men are scarce, women put an even stronger focus on their careers so they can take care of themselves with a financial safety net. Meanwhile, men take a step back in their career ambition, no longer having to impress an oversupply of women with their financial prowess. That actually seems to be pretty reasonable. I mean, if the number of men who are successful, have high-paying careers, are the ones that women want the most, and lots of women are only competing for them and completely ignoring the men on the lower echelon of society, then it's actually totally reasonable that the upper echelon of men aren't going to want to date all of these women when they have all of these different options, or would not be in any quick or any rush to date one of these women when, again, he has a bunch of options. But then again, that's the fault of women. I mean, these women are the ones who are only going after these men in high-paying careers, or these so-called equals. And they only consider them to be equals in terms of their financial status, not equals in intelligence, not equals in terms of values or morals. It's just money. And if that's the only criteria you have for trying to decide who you're going to date, then as a woman, you have to understand that you yourself are creating your own problem. You are your own enemy when it comes to dating, because you're the one who doesn't want to accept someone that makes less money than you. And you have to accept that, not men. I mean, if a man wants to have a modest living, I mean, it's not his fault if you decide not to date him. I mean, that's your fault. You're the one who said that he's not good enough for you. Women can't wait for today's perpetual male adolescence to change course. And they can't bank on finding an equal mate while they're of childbearing age, if ever. If they want a family, single women have to come up with a plan B, where a young man with the same socio-economic status isn't necessarily part of the picture. Yeah, there you go. They'll have to start dating men that they actually like and care about for more than just their money. Who would have thought that that was an option that these young women could take? Just saying. I mean, you spend years fighting against traditional gender roles, and then when you find out that you can't obtain that traditional gender role of a man making as much more money than you get disappointed. Well, I guess the only question that can be asked here is, what exactly were you expecting? For some young college-educated women, an older partner may work. I mean, like, it's interesting to me, like the author didn't even consider that a woman just not date a man that makes as much money as she does. Okay. Middle-aged men place a higher value on marriage and parenthood than their younger counterparts do, according to Pew. Beger also advises college-educated women to consider a different cohort of men together. If there are too many women in the white-collar dating world, Beger contends, that means there are too many men in the blue-collar one. I think it's inevitable that we'll see more and more of what I call mixed-collar marriages in the future. Well, that's what's going to have to happen if these women want to be with someone. Either way, like Kate and Susan, young women should plan for later age fertility and motherhood now. Egg freezing is an option for those that can afford, and let's finish the sentence. Egg freezing is an option for those who can afford what can cost $12,000 or more. Golly gee willikers. $12,000 just, okay, that's an option. Plus, ongoing storage fees, and later IVF, albeit with no guarantee of success. Whatever choice they make, young women should consider their options and move forward. Wait for love, absolutely, but be ready in case love doesn't come in time for motherhood. And that's the end of the article. And I only have one real final thought to put here. Hypergamy is going to be the death of your ovaries, ladies. The higher you climb the social ladder, the more you demand of men, the less you're going to get. It's just not feasible. It's just not possible. Unless you want to start creating harems, which I don't think a lot of women are into the idea. Hypergamy is going to be the death of your ovaries, ladies. The higher you climb the social ladder, the more you demand of men, the less you're going to get. It's just not feasible. It's just not possible. Unless you want to start creating harems, which I don't think a lot of women are into the idea of all crowding around one man and him sharing all his resources with other ladies. Unless you want to start creating harems, you're going to have to start actually picking men based on father material, not just their financial gain. You have to actually start thinking of men as people you want relationships with, not just people you want to buy you things. That is what's going to get you out of this rut. The more you think about only this guy doesn't make as much money as me, the less you're going to be able to find someone to be in an actual honest and good relationship with. Because there's more to being with someone than just their ability to give you money or buy you things. Yeah, I'm just saying. So that being said, man, I certainly hope you guys enjoyed today's video. And if you did, man, go ahead and click the like button. Yeah, shoot, go and click that subscribe button. Comment in the comment box below. And as always, you guys have yourselves a great day. I will see you cool cats soon. Adios.